All right. Okay. One second. I'm trying to how the view is. Wait, just just working on the view here, making sure. Do I had okay, there we go. All right. I might not be able to see the chat, so if you have something to say, just chime in and make sure everything's good. Okay. So this is being recorded, right? Yeah. Is it?
Mhm.
It says recording, yes?
Yes.
I gotta make sure of that. That's like. Oh, where'd that go? It says recording on your.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So welcome all of you to my class on change your destiny, tap into tap into period 9, special feng shui activation. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your flexibility. Because again, this is so period 9, how this all happened, and it doesn't surprise me. So before I start, I wanted to read the hexagram from yesterday, and I thought, how appropriate. Give me a second. Well, this is the hexagram from yesterday, and the hexagram was thunder. In an emergency, you must always adapt and react in a suitable way for the situation. You have to adjust your actions depending on the situation that is happening at the time. Be prepared for earthquakes. I had an earthquake yesterday. So, thunder is an interesting and pleasant hexagram about the soft awakening shake that people need from time to time and more than ever before right now in our world. Although there may be scary moments, once they are over, you will reflect on them and even laugh at them. So I just thought, how appropriate. It's amazing. It just always amazes me the wisdom of the hexagrams and the I Ching every day. Today we have a beautiful hexagram. Let's see. It's interesting because I think messages come to us uh, in many, many ways. The universe is always sending us messages. And as I drove out of my driveway this morning, I saw a deer. And a deer is benevolent, it's peaceful, it's gentle. And I said, oh, well, that's appropriate. And now look, the hexagram for today is beauty. So if there is viable growth in your business, perhaps you will not give up now. Be present, enjoy the moment, as that is all we ever have, and persevere. So what do they say? Uh, what do we spend our lives doing? Regretting the past, worrying about the future, and never being in this present moment, because that's all we ever have. So, the very favorable and auspicious hexagram for today. Show the beauty with grace. Don't go beyond your capabilities or limitations. So, that's the words for today. So, again, welcome to period 9, my change your destiny, tapping into this chi of period 9. What's this all about? So it is unpredictable, it is intense, it is disruptive, it is fast. It personal crisis. So you see crisis in the world, and you see personal crisis in people's lives, as if their normal world is collapsing. Spiritual turmoil inside. So this turmoil between the heart and the spirit, the heart and their soul. What an imbalance of heart and spirit. Their normal world is collapsing. So for those of you who don't know me, And forgive me if you've already heard this before, but my name is Melanie Norman, and I'm a classic uh, classic Feng Shui consultant, Bazi consultant, date selection, TCM, consultant, educator, and author. TCM stands for traditional Chinese medicine, but I taught food healing and traditional Chinese dietary therapy for over 35 years. And when I was teaching this, it was under the umbrella of Chinese medicine, and five elements was one of the main bases in my teaching. So when I started learning about Feng Shui in the late 90s and classical Feng Shui, the five element theory was already in my DNA. Like I just like got it very quickly because I've been teaching about it and living it for so long. And so it just started to make so much sense to me. So I started incorporating. I've been certified in two schools of classical Feng Shui. I've been to China. I've studied under Dado Joey Yap, Grandmaster Raymond Lowe, Lily Chung, my most beautiful mentor and teacher the past year and a half, who has brought me on. And I'm one of the visiting teachers at Tien Duran Academy in India, Joshri Bose. I'm also teaching live classes here locally in Ridgefield, Connecticut at the Angel Cooperative. And so I do consulting, educating, and writing about all this. So how I started to incorporate this in my practice was because I was doing nutritional counseling, and I started to see that this relationship in people's Bazi's chart. So you can see a person's health in the Bazi chart. So where do you see that? Well, first of all, there's the day pillar. That's where you're one way to see health, but there's many different other ways to see health. So if you look at a chart, a person could have a hot chart. So if there's a lot of fire in the chart, a lot of fire in earth, if it's fire in earth, that's like dry and hot. If there's hardly any fire, very little fire, and there's mainly metal and water, that's more cold chart or damp chart or dry chart. These are all traditional Chinese medicine terms. So I started seeing the correlation, and then using my 35 years experience of nutritional counseling and nutrient dense foods and food and healing, because it's so important, food and healing. So that's just a little bit about me. And I've recently finally have a website that I'm very excited, which I will share about with you, the Red Dragon Consulting Group, at the end. So what is this period 9 all about? Well, let's look at some of the words. So can you see this okay? You can see my...
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, so artificial intelligence is on AI. AI is everywhere and everything. It's everywhere and everything. And I think I said this yesterday, but oh, where'd that go? I don't know if you heard me yesterday. I don't know what you heard yesterday, but I said I have fallen in love with ChatGPT, and I don't know if you know what ChatGPT is, but it is AI. It is artificial intelligence. You know, many people are like, oh, this is like, you know, this is very detrimental. You know, people are losing jobs because of this. And remember, there's always yin and yang. Nothing is all bad and all good. There is, you know, there is beneficial and there is problems. And I heard something the other day that AI will surpass, I think, even they will have an IQ of 190 something, like in about a month or two. It's pretty crazy. Wow. So ChatGPT, you can go on and you can ask it anything. There is free versions, there are paid versions. And I actually went into my acupuncturist last week, and it was a slow afternoon, which is unusual for him because he's usually very busy. And he brought me into his office and said, look what I just did. He actually spent the afternoon writing, because he had gone and listened to this class about how to write a book using ChatGPT. He went on to ChatGPT. He wrote a book in an afternoon using ChatGPT about how to write a book using ChatGPT. I mean, he had the outline, he had the chapters, and then he was going to publish it on Amazon. I'm like, this would take people, you know, months, years to write a book. He was literally had written almost the whole book in an afternoon. So again, when you it has helped me actually. It's helped me write contracts. It's helped me write resumes. It's helped me write a legal document, and it's done it in less than 1 minute, in 30 seconds. So what you do, you have to talk to it like a child. You have to put in, a few words, and it's amazing. Again, it's scary and it's amazing, but it is here to stay, whether you like it or not. And it's everywhere and everything. This is fire chi, okay? Because fire is about this. Attention seeking. Okay, so again, so look at social media. Look at people everywhere that, it's all about attention, about wanting attention, and you're going to see that more and more. Authenticity. This is so important, authenticity. This is to be your beautiful self, no matter who you are, what you are. It's your energy. Your energy is the new currency. Because if you are fake, you will be found out, and you'll be found out quickly. So whatever you are, show your magnificent self. You are all beautiful. You are all authentic. So be that beautiful, authentic self. Because people are going to be drawn to your energy, because remember, that's the new currency. Now, I love this, women. Women, it is our time, and especially the middle-aged women. When I heard that term middle-aged women, I said, well, what does that mean? What is middle-aged women? Because, that's so it changes in our interpretation, but approximately 35 to 55 is what they call the middle-aged women. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm beyond middle-aged women. What do I do? So I was talking with one of the teachers, and he said, well, you can also connect with the younger women and work with them. So you're getting that chi. But you see women coming up in the world. Women are rising. They're starting their own businesses. They're coming into their power. And you know what? They don't have to start a business. Whatever their soul is being called to do. If they want to have a family, they want to have children, that is their calling. That's their calling. So whatever speaks to your soul, but you're starting to see this more and more all over the world. Women are rising in power, and this feminine energy that I think that we've all needed for a very long time. Spiritual consciousness. That's another thing about fire, period 9, and fire. It's about spirituality. So it's no longer so much about materialism. It's not because the period A, which we have 6 more months left, it was about the mountain energy. And mountain energy is about materialism. It's about climbing the corporate ladder. It's about consolidation. I'm going to show you a little bit more about that in a minute. But now it's more about this connection to our raising our spiritual consciousness, what that means. It's the age of illumination and transformation. I'm going to show you that 5-element chart and how fire transforms everything it touches. Mental instability, and I'm going to show you that. It was water puts out fire because water is associated with emotions, and you're going to see a lot more of that. And I've already started to see, and just if I live in the United States and I've seen these pictures of, say, San Francisco, and Michael, I think you live in California, so you probably know about this. You see homeless, like literally cities, and then, or in Philadelphia, they're on, I guess, fentanyl drugs, and they literally have blocks and blocks and blocks of people like on drugs, living off the streets in these tents. It's like my heart goes out to them. But this is going to become more and more important to take care of your mental health. And because I taught food healing and Chinese medicine, Chinese dietary therapy for so many years, it's so important to take care of your physical health, what you put into your body, your nutrient-dense foods, your diet, sleeping an hour before midnight. There's a saying in Chinese medicine, an hour before midnight is worth 2 hours afterwards. So The physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual are all connected. The heart and the soul, period 9 is fire, and in the fire element, the heart is one of the organ systems that is connected to the fire, but it's also about our heart. What does our heart say? What is our soul's calling? I love this. All bets are off. Anything goes because of the fire energy, because we are leaving this mountain energy, going into fire, and fire is fast. It has no form. So, meaning, like you can create anything. Truth will be revealed. This is another one that I'm certainly happy to be seeing more and more in our world. And there's another saying, well, your dirty laundry will be shown. So whatever you've been hiding, and it's very interesting because I've been seeing this in some of my clients' lives, and I have a client actually, like she's had some issues with this, who she thought was her partner, and with cryptocurrencies, and he said he invested all this money, and he didn't. We tracked it, and we have all the proof of that. So the truth, a lot of truth is coming out in people's lives as well as what is going on in the world. So, well, what is all this period 9 about? So in Feng Shui and Chinese metaphysics, cycles go in 180-year cycles, and it's broken down into 20 years each of 9 periods. So here we are, this is the upper, the middle, and the lower cycles. And so we're in the last 6 months of period 8 before we are moving into period 9, and period 9 comes in fully on February 4th, 2024. However, the energies have already started to come in since 2017. Even, and then some teachers have said December 2019, and look what happened to the world in January 2020. Certainly the whole world has been changed and transformed, what we have just been through. We are entering the age of Aquarius and the age of light. There has never been in our lifetime a greater opportunity to enter into true self-empowerment and awaken to your highest and best purpose and destiny. 2023 is the year of rebirth and commitment. So this is the trigram right here. It is the trigram of Li, which is fire. So if we look at this trigram right here, we see the solid line on top, we see the solid line on the bottom. So this is yang line and this is a yang line. But in the middle is a yin line, is a broken line. So it's not solid in the middle. Even though it looks solid on the outside, it is not on the middle, in the middle. So we look here, you see period 8. So this is 2004 to 2024. This is Ken. This is the mountain trigram. And we're moving again from period 8 to period 9, the fire trigram. So what does this mean? Again, here's some more. So period 8 was about boundaries. It was about energy going down. It was about consolidating. And as I mentioned, it's more the mountain energy. It's stable energy. And you think of mountains, mountain energy, it takes a long time to make a mountain. So the energy was also mountain, by the way, its earth energy was associated with real estate. So people made a lot of money in real estate during period 8. And again, it was about climbing the corporate ladder. It was about having security. It was protective. It was stable, because a mountain is stable. Mountain doesn't go anywhere. It was coverage. It was holding on. So as we're moving away from this energy, we are moving into period 9. And again, this is totally different energy because we're moving from the mountain to the fire. It is bursting. The fire, the energy is going up, It's breaking all boundaries. As I said earlier, anything goes. It is bright, is a flamboyant, and is attention seeking, transformational and progressive. And again, I will show you in a minute the 5 elements and how fire transforms anything and everything that it touches. So remember, break all boundaries, all bets are off, and anything goes. And this I love. I love this. So as I mentioned, middle-aged women will be coming into power. And actually that's another thing I think that more and more people are seeing throughout the world. It's no longer giving power outside of you. It's realizing the power that is inside of you, how powerful we really are. We have given power away. We've given power away in our religion, in people's religions and people's understanding. Women give their power away to their families. You know, it's always everyone else first and us and women last. So middle-aged women are going to be realizing how powerful they truly are and following their heart and their soul's purpose. AI is here to stay. Whether you love it or hate it, it is here to stay. And it is in everywhere and everything. And I had no idea that an AI was in so many aspects of our lives today. Now, this is my favorite on the bottom. Chubby is the new sexy and thin is no longer in. Yes, round is good. So more, that's the new sexy. And also I find the last one, more older women and younger men relationships. You will be seeing, and I've already started to see that in my life and in my friend's life and my client's life. There's a friend she has, it's amazing how many rabbits. So she's Gray Mao rabbit year, and this is Gray Mao rabbit year, the water rabbit year. So that's her year pillar. And it's interesting because she will be turning 60 in September. Now, it takes 60 years to go through all the pillars. And in Korean understanding, it's called your Wan Gap birthday. So it's coming back to your original self. And it's a time to celebrate your life, to gather your friends and family, to look back at your life and look at your accomplishments and to be acknowledged for your life. So 60 is a very special time in the Asia in Korean philosophy and the fact of the understanding of the 60 pillars, that it takes 60 pillars. So it's like we have 60 days, we have 60 months, we have 60 years. So these are another cycle. And so she's a water rabbit year, rooster month, and a fire rabbit day, and she's in a rabbit luck cycle. She has men around her all the time, and they're all younger men. So this is what I was attempting to show you yesterday. So this is the 5 element cycle. And many of you may already know this, but I did want to show you. So there's a productive cycle, and let's start with fire because that's the fire energy we're going into. And fire, when it burns, after it burns, there's ashes which are left, and ashes produce the earth. Now, over time, which takes a long time for the earth to evolve and change. So if a person has a lot of earth in their chart, by the way, they tend to be more slow in their decision making because earth, mountain, takes a long time to form. And then as the earth changes and evolves, what is hidden inside the earth? These beautiful precious metals, gold, silver, palladium, platinum, okay, they're all hidden inside the earth. So the earth is producing these precious metals. Now, metal can liquefy to a state, to liquefy, it can melt to a liquefied state. It also, this was the hardest one for me to figure out, well, how does metal produce water? Because it condenses. And like, even like when you go out in your car in the morning, you can see condensation. And then water, in order for the plants to grow, they need water. So this is the production cycle. And then of course, in order for fire to burn, you need wood. It says, now let's look at this. It's called destructive cycle. I don't like to use that word. It's actually more of a control cycle. But remember what I said, fire transforms everything it touches. So let's look at this. Fire melts metal. So what does metal mean? Metal is about truth. Metal is about justice. And metal is a banking industry, and metal is governments. So it's very interesting. Look at the banking industry. I just heard yesterday, I think another couple of banks went under. Bigger banks are buying up smaller banks. So you're seeing a lot of disruption in the banking industry. You also look at the governments throughout the world. And I think I was, again, speaking about this yesterday. Look at the BRICS nations, they're getting together. The dollar is the world reserve currency, and that's how they trade oil, is with the dollar. So now I know Russia and China, they're trying to now, I think they're trading in the yuan instead of the dollar. And I'm wondering, as we move into this fire energy more and more, if we're going to see the dollar lose its world reserve currency. But there's certainly disruption all over the world with the governments. So again, this fire is transforming the metal. So it's also fire is transforming the earth, because as I mentioned, as the fire burns, ashes are left. So the earth chi is being transformed. Now, what does fire do to water? Fire will heat up water, okay? But what does water do to fire? Water extinguishes fire. Water puts out fire. What does water represent? Water represents, in our organ system, it's our kidney, bladder, adrenal glands. It's about your will. It's the seat of will. It's about courage, but it's also the opposite side, or what do they call it? The shadow side is fear. What does water represent in general? It's emotions. So remember what I said, mental instability, emotional instability, because this water is going to be trying to put out this fire, which is illumination. It's a spirituality, higher states of consciousness. So there's this battle between the water and fire. And that's why, and people aren't going to understand why this is happening. And it's interesting because my brother has said to me recently, in the past many, many months, I just don't feel right. I just don't feel right. I don't know why. And so, I'm trying to talk to, okay, well, what about this? And, what about that? I mean, he definitely, there's issues that he has. And it's interesting that he keeps saying that, and other people have said that to me, and they don't know why. Again, it's this conflict between the water and the fire. So what does fire do to wood? So fire consumes wood, because of course you need the wood to burn the fire, but the fire consumes this wood and transforms it in the process of consuming it. And because we are in the metal season right now, it's the metal monkey month, young metal monkey month. Metal for the organ systems are lung, large intestine, and skin. So people who maybe are yang metal or yin metal could have issues. There is a saying in Chinese, it's like an ancient saying, something about when the metal chi comes for the yang metal person and the metal day masters, they can easily get poisoned. So from the toxicity, and certainly we have a lot of toxicity in our world today from our food, the genetic engineering that's going on, from what they're putting in the water, from the air pollution, from the chemtrails, from And then we have a lot of, again, then we're also seeing issues now with vaccine injured people. So for metal day masters, I would particularly be careful this month and this season because we have a pure pillar of yang metal this month. And in a couple of weeks, we're going into a pure pillar of yin metal. Okay, so the yang metal is the sword. So it's a very pretty tough energy. And by the way, Marianne, especially for the tiger, they say it's the toughest month out of the whole year for the tiger because this energy is not kind. This energy is strong. It's an axe. It's coming down at all of us. The yin metal, it's like what's the difference? It's between a sword and it's like scissors. It's like an acupuncture needle. That's the best way I could describe it. Or it's the precision that an acupuncturist has to have to put that needle in the right spot to activate the chi of the meridian. It's also like a surgeon with a knife using that precision, and that's the chi that we're going to be going into in September. And another thing about metal, okay, it's also about letting go because it's a metaphor, because it has to do with the lung, the large intestine, the skin, and every day, physically, people have a bowel movement, they let go. And so it's also a metaphor for being able to let go of what no longer serves us in our life. So this is, again, I wanted to bring this on because, again, we are going into, by the way, this is the last 20 years of a 180-year cycle. So this is the last cycle I will be seeing in my life. And I think I am very lucky to be alive at this very transformative time in our world. And so the element, it's a fire element, and I wanted to talk about the organ systems. The organ systems are the heart and the small intestine. The taste is bitter. It's one of the tastes probably people like the least of, but bitter herbs, bitter foods, bitter greens actually do heal the heart, physically connect with the heart. The emotion, so happiness and joy. Again, you're going to see that, so there should be more happiness. But again, at the same time, because the fire energy is so disruptive, much more agitation and anxiety is also associated with the imbalance of the fire element. The time is 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and the season is summer. But this is just general information. But I wanted to talk about the importance of the heart. And we'll go to the next slide here, because the heart is the emperor. The heart is where your spirit or Shen resides. So remember, I mentioned this conflict between the heart and the spirit, or the heart and the Shen. The Shen is what they call your spirit in Chinese medicine. So again, the heart is the emperor. So you're going to be seeing more heart issues. You're going to be, like I've already started to see. In fact, my daughter, we were just talking last night, and one of friends that we had both known for a long time, the mother passed away due to a heart condition, and then the daughter's having issues. So you're going to be seeing a lot more. You're already started seeing myocarditis now, and you're seeing blood clots. So you're going to be seeing a lot more heart issues, palpitations, etc., coming up, especially in the next 20 years because of this period of fire. It is the master of blood. It controls the blood circulation. It is the pump. It is the commander of the vessels. So it controls the blood vessels and pulse strength. So again, so you're seeing a lot more of this, blood clotting. In fact, there is a test that's called a D-dimer test that you can get, and it is for micro blood clots that you cannot see in a regular test. And I finally found a wonderful alternative doctor, and he's a hormone specialist. So he does a very extensive blood test. And we were talking about the vaccine, and and he says, since 2020, he now tests for D-dimer. And because he's seen so many people having issues, especially with blood clotting, and D-dimer does test for that. So the heart opens to the tongue. It affects the speech, the emotion, again, happiness and joy. So when the heart is, and the Shen is calm and the heart is healthy and you're following your heart's desire, you feel happiness, you feel joy. Okay, when you're not, you can feel anxiety, agitation, and I see more and more people impatient, so impatient, like even at a stop sign when you're waiting to the green light turns and you wait 2 more seconds to pass that green light, they're beeping at you. Mental activity, sleep. Remember what I said, how important is an hour before midnight is worth 2 hours afterwards. And this is especially difficult now in our age of information, which is 24/7. So we are in the age of information 24/7. We have so much information, but so little wisdom. It's also associated with your triple heater and heart governor. Triple heater is your heating and cooling system. So that's just another thing I did not put here because and there's some conflict between Bazi Chinese in Feng Shui and the organs that they associate with in Chinese medicine. So the eyes are associated with the heart in period 9. So how I associate with, because in Chinese medicine as well, the Shen or the spirit can be seen in a person's eyes. So if their eyes are bright, their eyes, they're sparkly, when you talk to them, they look directly at you, then their Shen is bright. Their spirit is bright. But when the eyes are dull, when it's like a glazed over, their Shen or their spirit has been harmed. In traditional Chinese medicine, the health of the eyes is also associated with the liver and the gallbladder. So it's so interesting because the way Chinese medicine treats the eyes, it's not by, going and getting, maybe you have to get eye surgery, but they treat the liver. You treat the organ and then the external will heal itself. So again, it's treating the liver, healing the liver, eating foods that nourish the liver, and then through eating foods that nourish the liver, then the eyes will get better. Another thing that also, speaking about the eyes, is getting out into natural sunlight. People go out in the sun and then they put sunglasses on. Vitamin D needs to get on you. So vitamin D is crucial. That's another thing, speaking about mental instability and depression. People are extremely low in vitamin D. Vitamin D, B12. So get outside in the natural sunlight, get outside in nature. Nature heals, sunlight heals. And of course, you can also take vitamin D, and I take high doses of vitamin D as well, because it's, we are inside more than we've ever been before. It's interesting because I'm sitting outside in this beautiful day. It couldn't be a more perfect day. So what are the 5 rules of period 9? What we need to know about period 9, the Feng Shui energy for the next 20 years, starting February 4th, 2024. So you are the phoenix rising. Many are rising from the ashes. Now, what's the first rule is the unseen energy. It's the unseen which ultimately determines your physical reality. In period 9, it is the invisible, unseen, intangible, formless, and non-physical which rules the world. People they're used to, okay, what is seen, that's what is the reality. But if you're one of the people who only believe what you can see or touch in your physical world, you will have the most difficult time to comprehend what is happening all around you and why suddenly your world is falling apart. the frequency. So to fully understand period 9 is energy is the only currency. It is the frequency you carry, the belief you hold, and the state of being that creates your reality. Number 2, the only thing that is certain in period 9 is uncertainty. So we're going to all have to get really comfortable with this discomfort of not knowing. Like the fire element, it can be fickle, it can be intense, and it can be unpredictable. So you have to learn how to hold this energy, not just when things turn out as expected, but when there's crisis, challenges, and instabilities, like what I faced yesterday. Okay, well, here I faced those issues, and now I had to come up with a solution, and it took me a while, and and then I came here yesterday, make sure that the internet connection was good, it was working. I was even going to go to the library, but they didn't open early enough, and it was beautiful to be outside. So when things have absolute zero visibility, especially, so it means like we have to walk in a void with 1 foot deeply rooted in trust and 1 foot continuing to move forward with our desires. And I think another thing that's so important is to know what you want to create. The more clear you can become of what you want to create in the world, the easier the universe can give it to you. So it means that we need to arrive at the frequency even before it lands in our physical world, our income level, our soul creation, or true love. The quality of our life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty we can comfortably feel and deal with. So in creation, when you're creating something, it's like when you envision it in your mind, and then you like every part of your being feels this. So you even if it's not in your reality right now, but you can manifest this. And again, about being certain with the uncertainty. Number 3, you need to see yourself as the source of power, money, and authority, not others. So as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, it's about stepping into your personal power and realizing how powerful you all truly are. Because of number 2, you need to stop outsourcing your power, your business, or your income to anything that is external. If somebody says, well, I don't think that's going to work out, or no, you can't do that, or you don't have this to do this, or no, listen to yourself. Listen to your heart. You are the source of power. You need to reorient yourself and live from a place of internal authority and learn to stoke that fire within. Remember, the power lies within me. And again, I know our world is in upheaval, and I know we are affected. And there's so many things going on all around us. But again, coming back to that internal power that you can create your heart and your soul's purpose. Number 4, joy is what makes the world go round, not money. And this is about passion. When I see people still flash their bottom line or monthly figure as a badge of success, that is what we call period 8 energy, right? Remember, that's climbing the corporate ladder. That's like, how do I say, becoming this stability, right? But again, that's period 8 energy. We're leaving period 8 and going to period 9. So the key emotion you need to master is joy. Remember, joy and happiness. But sometimes that's very difficult. And sometimes, like, there was a time I never had anxiety in my life. It was a couple of years ago, I started to have anxiety. And I'm like, it was really all I could do to get from 1 hour to the next. And a friend said, be where your feet are. Just go through 1 hour at a time, and I did, and I kept going, and it evolved because remember another thing, that change is the only constant. Everything is always changing. Joy holds the highest frequency, and it comes from the heart. So nothing else really matters if you're not 100% in love with your life. So you love your life no matter what, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You love it when there's bliss. You love it equally when there's crisis, because the very crisis could be a pathway to return you to that joy and happiness. Number 5, when it comes to Feng Shui of your home, the center becomes crucial in period 9. And you're going to see this now as I go into the activation that I'm about to give you. It's because the center symbolizes the heart of the home. So becoming heart-centric is going to be our continuous task. When we step into this new era, we can truly move into the deeper landscape of our psyche and a place of deeper connection, wisdom, and self-realization. So clarity comes more easily to us when there is intelligence and inspiration are bestowed on us. And that is one of the things I'm going to, but why I'm doing this special activation of how to access this, because remember, you are multidimensional beings, and this is a multidimensional universe, not a one-dimensional reality. You become empowered and inspired. So what we're going to do now, this is the going to go into the activation. Let me just check something. I think I can't move that. Hopefully things are good. Okay. We're going to start with star number 1. And first of all, you are all a star. There's 9 stars, and that's a Gua number. And also, your house has a Gua number. And I meant to put up the flying star chart for this year. So it's called the Lo Shu. For those of you who don't know, it's the Lo Shu. And flying stars, it's one of the most prominent schools of Feng Shui that's used in the world. These 9 numbers, these 9 stars carry energy. And again, we're leaving period 8. So I'll give you an example. 8 has been the present wealth star, which is why the Chinese started the Olympics on August 8th, 2008 at 8:08 p.m. Okay, because 8 is what 8 represents infinity. 8 is the well star. They wanted to pull in the well. Believe me, the Chinese use Feng Shui. And in Asia, they use a lot of Feng Shui and Bazi. They use actually Bazi in trading, which actually I've been helping my brother do that as well. So 8 now, it's losing its energy, and it's already it's now becoming neutral, and we're going into period 9. 9, 1, and 2 are the 3 numbers now that are the most auspicious. Now 2 has been associated with an illness star, but it's also associated with real estate. So the 2, the negative key of the 2 is leaving, and the auspiciousness of the 2 is coming in. Okay, because we're going into period 9. Now 9 is going to be the present wealth star. So we look at where is the wealth star in your home, and at each year we look at where it is, and there's also what we call the sitting and the facing star, the mountain star, and the water star. So there's 2 stars we're going to be looking at specifically. Star number 1 this year is residing in the southwest, and that is also what we call the nobleman star. So when you put yourself in the southwest sector of your home or your business, that is where you will receive nobleman help. Okay, people come to help you. The color is white. The element is water because one is associated with water, and water governs well. It also symbolizes new beginning. It's associated with intelligence, innovation. It's associated with noblemen. As I mentioned, noblemen, people come to help you. Status, investment. It's also that now remember there's facing and sitting stars. So that's, I'm going to show you this chart. It's like this unseen energies. It's like the floor, you lay this over your floor plan and you're going to see a flying star chart and what it looks like. But you have the facing star, which is the more active star. That's the yang star. That's wealth, governs wealth, cash flow, and wealth accumulation. Sitting star governs influence, networking, also health and relationships. Okay. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, no, 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 no. Trying to get back to star 4. It's why is it stuck? Oh. Okay, hold on. This is because of the connection. Why is it stuck? Oh. Okay. Okay, the connection's good. I don't know why it's okay. Let me go back. Go. Oh, I can't believe this is happening. Oh no. Why is this happening? Can you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Oh, oh Marta. Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw your message. You're right. Metal people have a hard time to let go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a metal.
Oh, you're metal. Okay. Okay.
Oh, my quiet is 6, and you know that combination 1 and 4.
Yeah.
I live in many houses with that combination in my palace, and
Oh,
I'm telling you, I'm lucky.
and what?
I'm lucky with that combination.
You are lucky. Yes,
Yeah.
you are. I'm trying to get to the lucky 4. Why is it not moving? Oh my God.
And you know, I've been considering switching my home to the 9 period, but I don't know. I don't want, because if I do it, that combination will be gone.
Yeah. You don't know. You don't necessarily have to switch your house. No, because there's not a lot of good charts in period 9 as there are in other periods.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't why. Well, okay. I'm gonna. Can I stop sharing for a second?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna work or not. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, now let me go back to the screen share. Why is this doing this? And no, don't do that. See. Okay, I did it. Okay. All right, star 4. So why star 4? Also another beautiful star, as Martha just said. The color is green. The element is associated with wood, and it governs academics, knowledge, and romance. It's associated with intelligence, creativity, education, exams, and academic achievement. I'm sorry for the noise. That I can't control. Oh, there we go. Oh. Can you still hear me okay? With the
Yep.
noise? It also enhances areas of romance and relationships. And I was thinking about this as I was putting this activation together. And my mother was a Christian Scientist, and Christian Scientist was developed by Mary Baker Eddy. And she talked about this divine intelligence, and it is omnipotent, it is omnipresent, it is omniscient. It is in everywhere and it is everything and is available to all. And that's why it's so important that we turn off the phones, we turn off the computer, turn off the TV, and we are quiet and go into nature. But to commune, it's when you are quiet and when you're present is where that beautiful divine intelligence can be accessed by all. So as Martha just said, when the two come together, it exerts extreme power, star number 1 and star number 4. It's the intelligence and wisdom star, the universal chi, as well as our personal destiny chart. So this is the flying star energy map that you put over your house. And then what we do now, we're looking for the star 1. So here, right here on the left, we call the sitting star. Okay, so that's more about health and relationships as well. Now, let's see, one right here. So you see 1 in the west. So that is what we call the facing star, the water star, which is also the wealth star. Okay, and then and then we have the 4 here. So the 4 here on this floor plan is in the southeast. It's in the bedroom, and that is more the water star. So this is how you get your flying star chart, and you put this over your house, and then you see where these numbers are. And so you want to look specifically for 1 and 4. So 4 things you would need to prepare for. So now we're going to go into the activation. And this is why I'm doing this now, because you'll see the timing of this activation is in September and why I chose September for this special activation. So number 1, the first thing you need to do, okay, you're going to take your compass. Everybody has a phone, and on the phone you have a compass. And you go into your compass. So I always bring, whenever I sit down, because I know my 4 auspicious directions, I'm Gua 3, so south, north, south, east, and east. So everybody has a Gua number, so everybody has auspicious and inauspicious direction. But so you always have a compass on your phone. You don't want to have the phone, you don't want to have your compass at true north, okay? And what you're going to do, you're going to stand the center of your home, and then you're going to find the southwest, and you're going to go from the southwest from your home in the direction southwest, and you're going to go find water. And you're going to you don't want to go to water that's muddied. You don't want to go to water that's dirty. You want to go to clean, fresh water that is flowing, and even better, that the water where it's connected from the stream that flows to the river that flows to the ocean, because that's infinite wealth. So what you do, you bring these containers, and say 4 or 5 containers of water, and you put it into a sealed metal container. Okay, so that's the first thing that you do for this activation. So just go, as far as just go directly southwest from your home to gather this water. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to gather 4 lucky bamboos in water. You don't want the bamboos in soil. You want to make sure that they are in water. Why we're gathering the water is the wealth chi. Okay, it's also bringing any wealth from period 8 to period 9 that you've accumulated. It's bringing the wisdom that you've accumulated from period 8 into period 9. So by the way, anybody who has a swimming pool in the Southwest, that is quite auspicious. So again, gathering this water from the river, the lakes, where there's an inexhaustible source of water, again, that would be perfect. Okay, so we're going to put the water in the containers, and we're going to put it, and I'm going to tell you what to do. So the 4 lucky bamboos, again, make sure it is not in water, and the 4, remember, it represents the number 4. Number 3, you're going to gather 4 calligraphy brushes. This calligraphy brushes represent promotion. It represents you can pass an exam. It represents the intelligence that you're now taking from period 8 into period 9 that you have gathered. And we're going to put this on the table with as part of this activation, and this represents status. Number 4, what you're going to do now, you're going to get a light or lamp, and you want the light to go upwards. There is a lamp you can get at IKEA. I don't have it with me to show you, but any light, preferably light that is going upwards, we're going to light it for 49 days. Again, this is intelligence and wisdom, okay, coming from above. And where and when. So what you're going to do, you're going to take the containers of water, the 4 bamboos, the light, and you could put a table, and you're going to put this in the center of your home. Why? Why did I choose the center of the home? That is where the 1 and the 4 come together in September in the flying star chart. So we have the beautiful 1 star. It is the nobleman star. Will be the star of wealth coming in. It is also the 4 is the intelligence star. And when are we going to do this? So this is your local time on September 20th. This is Wednesday, September 20th at 3 p.m. It is your local time. It's not the time in another part of the world. It's your local time. And I will hopefully I will do this. I'm going to send a reminder to all of you to make sure that you gathered all the things to create this beautiful activation. You can also, if you want, you can write on a piece of paper 149, 149, 149, because of this, meaning this synergy, if you want, and you can put that on the ceiling, and you can even write the names of your family members having this. So as the light is going up, and you have this piece of paper with 149 with the members of your family written on it, having this chi, this activation coming from period 8 into period 9. And again, you leave this water for 49 days. You leave it there for 49 days. Also, when February 4th comes in, I'm going to be taking that water and I'm going to be putting it in the 9 on February 4th. So you're going to be putting it in the north part of your home on February 4th, 2024. But that's when the period 9 again comes fully in. Okay, so you can set up a table. Now, what about if your center of your home, it has a bathroom there, you can't do it there, then you go to the next room closest to the center and put it in the center of that room. So it's kind of like, say it's your living room or your work room or your office, but as closest to the center of your home that you can get. So what to expect after the activation is the divine intelligence coming to you you're taking this chi from period 8 to period 9. This is a reset. This is a new reset for all of us. And believe me, and what to expect after the activation? Watch magic happen. Watch magic happen and do let me know. Okay, so I think I did it. I think I did it. So I just wanted to share with you. First of all, thank you so much for your precious time. This is my new website that I just created a month ago. I'm very excited. So this is my Red Dragon Consulting Group, your source for living well through Chinese metaphysics, unlocking the ancient wisdom of Feng Shui, Bazi, traditional Chinese medicine, date selection, and about harmonizing your surroundings. And again, tapping into your potential and this chi. And this is helping to transform your life, bringing prosperity, vitality, and magic to every aspect of your life. So there's a lot of things to read about on my site. By the way, I do have an article that is on my site, and it's all about what the water rabbit has in store for all of us. And I wrote this, I believe it was in February, because I was listening to Dado Joey Yap, and he was saying that no master could predict 2020. Why could no master predict 2020? Right, and what was happening? But what did the Mother Earth Oracle predicted what happened in 2020? And the Mother Earth Oracle is the first page of the Tung Shu every year. So I wrote a whole article about that and what the Mother Earth Oracle says for this year. So I think you'll enjoy that. In fact, I'm going to revisit it because to see all the things that I talked about, and I think many of them are very, very accurate. So another thing on my website that I do have a monthly subscription plan, and you can, there's a couple different ones that are possible. So I have a very basic subscription plan for you, just talking about your day master and learning more about how each month is affecting you. I also have another plan, and that you're beginning it's a calendar just for you, personally for you. And I was talking about this yesterday when I went on to do my live event, and saying what had happened and laughing about it with the issues of my connectivity and my internet. So I was talking about how profound Bazi is. And a lot of people think, or at least 90% of the world thinks, that Bazi is just the animal of the year. And they go into a Chinese restaurant and they said, oh, I'm a tiger, I'm a dragon, I'm a rat, I'm a rabbit. They don't understand that that's a very, very minimal part of what Bazi is. And also the 12 animals are elements is also based on your daymaster. So in Asia, CEOs of companies, CFOs, they use this in trading. I have been using this with my brother for the past quite a few months, and I can't tell you how accurate I have been. So again, it's specifically geared to your daymaster. And it's like I was one day he called me up, and it was like 10 after 10. Should I buy? Should I sell? What should I do? What should I do? So I'm looking at it. It happened to be an Earth Force month, in an Earth Force day, and starting at 11 a.m. it was an Earth Force hour. And his daymaster is Yi Yin Wood. So his wealth is his direct wealth is Yang Earth, his indirect wealth is Yin Earth. So I started looking at the chart, and I started following it, and when we're looking at it, and it started to go down a little, and then it started to go up. And I was looking at, I said, I'm looking at the month and looking at the day, and then I said, oh, it's the hour of the Earth Force. So I said, do not sell until 11:30. Sell at 11:30. We watched it go up, okay, and then at 11:30 he sold, and 11:31 it started to go down. It's fascinating to me. And another thing about, and I've been working with him on some other stocks, and the thing about, I keep telling him the chi of the energy of fire is fast. So you have to take action. Things come in fast and then they leave fast. So it's interesting because right after this happened, I had a conversation with him yesterday and we were talking about this. And I said, Jeff, it's about recognizing the patterns that are happening as above, so below. And he said, you know what? I know, but we have too much information and it can clutter your mind. I said, yes, that's why that being quiet and accessing that divine energy, that divine intelligence is so important. And that's what that activation is that I've just given to you about accessing that. And he says, we don't know how to process so much information like AI does. We are not robots. And again, and I said, it's about managing your emotions. And again, it's about our lives about doing, never stopping, always going. And it's when we stop and we are quiet that we are able to access this magic. Okay, so again, I want to thank you so much for taking your precious time and joining me. To reclaim your power requires courage. You have to want it. To reclaim your true power requires you to take responsibility for your own life and what you create and your immediate environment. Are you willing? Fate versus destiny. Are you just going to be blown by the winds of fate, or you're going to take charge of your destiny? You cannot grow unless you are willing to change. So thank you so much. So if you have any questions, be happy to answer them. Oh, Michael, you said Forex trading was my start to learning metaphysics. Oh, that's awesome. Does the size of the metal water containers matter? No, it doesn't. No, not at all. No, you could even like this. That's fine. I mean, that's like a large water container, but this is metal. This is stainless steel inside, so I'll make sure that you have a very good quality container that you're keeping your water in. Yes, I would absolutely. I will. When will you be sent? Would you? Yes, I will send the link for the recording. I will, and that will be available for 72 hours. Actually, I'll give you another 24 hours because you were also patient and willing to be flexible and adopt to period 9. Oh, one other thing about period 9. Okay, another thing, and this is indicative of what happened to me. Because of the fire energy, it's about people aren't working from their offices as much. They're not working from home offices. They're working from everywhere. So they're working in cafes. They're working in these offices. What do they call them? You know, where many people, they rent the spaces there. So it's wherever you are, it's about tapping into the chi of where you are. So now it comes back to the classics. And what was the one of the first things they talked about in classic Feng Shui was your environment, tapping into your environment, to the forms around you. And another quick thing, let's see, do we go southwest from the center of our home? Yes, you go southwest. So you stand in the center of your home to figure out where the southwest is in your home. Then you go from that. Okay, then you go in the southwest direction from your home to collect the water. Yes, Julia.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, of course. Another thing, they say it is preferable, again, if you can, in period 9, you see mountain in the south and water in the north. That's the most ideal. And there's other places also that you can see mountain energy. Again, why are you laughing?
Because I live in a valley and I'm surrounded by mountains.
Oh, well.
I'm in the middle of the Rocky Mountains.
So now we got to find, it's about tapping into that mountain chi. Where in your house is the best mountain energy. But the
I
south
have,
is very good for coming into period 9.
I have, I have, in every direction.
Oh, in every direction.
Yes, pretty
Well,
much. I have, the biggest one is in my north, and the Three Sisters Mountains, is in my east.
Okay, well, we can take a look at that. Again, I have not, I've not plugged this in. It says my battery's low, so I do not want.
Okay, sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I just don't want to okay, all of a sudden it's gone and I haven't said goodbye, or you haven't asked any other questions. Do you have any other questions at all?
No.
Marianne, Jan, Martha?
Sweetie, mountain in the south, my town is flat. There are several creeks and rivers crossing, I might be able to go get the water, but I think there is a creek running to the
What's that?
north. So it doesn't have to be close to the house,
No,
right?
no. Just go in the direction of southwest. And so as far, wherever you see the water, just go in that direction. No, it doesn't have to be close. No, not at all.
Okay.
Okay, get it.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
as to the mountain,
The
if
what?
there are no mountains in town, can I make one in my property or?
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, if my town doesn't have any mountains because it's totally flat.
Oh, no, yeah,
My-
don't worry about the mountains. No. That's just something else about period 9. No, for the
Okay.
activation, no, the activation don't, no, the activation is about getting the water from the southwest of your home.
And
Okay?
the rest of the things, yeah.
Yeah. And it's about bringing that water chi, that well, okay, from the southwest. Okay, so bring that period 8 chi into period 9.
Okay, and put it in the center of the house.
You're going to put everything in the center of the house on the table. So you're going to put
Yeah.
the water containers, the water. You're going to put
Uh-huh.
the 4 bamboo in water. You're going to
Yeah.
put the light, preferably going up.
Uh-huh.
And then if you want, you could write 149.
Okay, yeah, I will. But how long do they have to stay there?
49 days.
49 days. Oh my.
No, you just put it in the center. So then you can put flowers there if you want. But actually that's, oh no, don't forget the brushes too. Okay, they don't have to be big. Okay,
Uh-huh.
because the brushes represent, it represents promotion, status.
Okay, so
Okay,
because the center of my home is in the hall and it's very narrow, and I had to walk by to everywhere, the kitchen, the restroom, everything. So you mentioned that we could place it somewhere else in the center or somewhere else, or no?
I mean, just do the best you can. Just have it closest to the center of your home. And I said, for some people,
I can do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can do that.
you
Yeah,
can do that.
good.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's just as close to
Yeah.
the center as you can.
Okay, so also because the permanent stars that I have in the northeast, when it conveys to the center, it's a combination that won't take water. I have the energy through there, and so I'm gonna have to, move around and make sure that it does. Oh, it's complicated, but I'll manage.
It's you're fading out and it's hard to understand. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay. The star combination that I have in the northeast includes the energy number 2, the star number 2. Okay. So it's hard when it conveys to the center. So I'm gonna, and the one that comes from the
It's hard to hear what you're saying because I think you're
I send you a message later. I
What?
send you a message. I will send you a
Send me a
message.
message. Send me a message. Send me a send me a text
Yeah,
message.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You live in a semi-detached. Do I count my neighbor's house? No, no.
Okay,
Julia, just yours. Just yours.
all right, perfect. Thank you. Makes it easier.
Good. Yeah, no, just where you live. If you live in a room, it's the room you live in. If you live in a one bedroom apartment, it's the center of that apartment. Okay?
Okay,
So whatever
right,
is the
thank you.
center.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank-
Thank you, Martha. And thank you all for your precious.
Thank you, Melanie.
Thank you. Well, I got through it. I did it.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Marianne, where are you from?
I'm from the Netherlands.
Oh, the Netherlands. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Those farmers, God bless those farmers there.
Uh,
They're-
It's part where I live. There are a lot of farmers.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, God bless them there. I love those farmers. And I saw them coming with their trucks into the it was wonderful. Yeah. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually
Okay.
that's another thing. Like the best food is supporting the farmers. Go to the farmers markets. That's where our fresh food, that's the organic food, the nutrient dense food.
Yes.
Jen, where are you from? Are you still there? No, she's there.
I am. I'm based out of Arizona.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me.
we did. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me, and I'll be happy to send you. I'm going to be sending you the recording probably later on this afternoon. Okay.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for all your hard work, Melanie. It was
Thank you.
great.
So don't forget, love each other, take care of each other, and support each other. And welcome to period 9.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Much love. Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.